Oh, yes. And I'm just sitting here. You know, I haven't I haven't gotten any contact yet from my sons. I'm at the hospital just having a cup of coffee. And I was walking around for quite a few hours, just kind of waiting, thinking that a police officer was going to tell me where my sons were at, or going to tell me that I could speak to Marilyn, but it looked to me like the police had decided that they just don't want to enforce the laws. Now, my concern is, yes, that there are multiple ways to approach a problem. And it's been my experience that sometimes the brightest light is something that you just can't see. Did I not see what you were doing? Oops. Now, I went to the community meal, but there was a lot of people. It was the end of the month. And I got no money, and it just looks like nobody's going to let me sue them. Now, I got to thinking about employing those in law enforcement that they have medical benefits, yes, vision benefits, dental, vision, and you have life insurance benefits. Yeah. Why don't you give me your dentist for the last 40 years? Those that have the teeth implant, they thought that they had the technology. Yes. Yes. And understanding how teeth implants work, it could be that this cybernetics where you thought you were going to be the teeth, and then you found out about the 50,000 feet altitude where they just sit up there and watch as you perish. And then there's the optometrist. Why don't you get me a prescription eyeglasses? I'd like to know every time that the state or the federal government paid for any of your benefits, because it doesn't look to me like you're earning the income or the benefits that you've been receiving. Yes. Now, I mentioned some racketeering laws that involve the use of forgery, yes, the use of fraud, kidnapping, and then there's this idea that you're just going to torture me because you won't get sued, yes. Now, RICO, yes, the government can seize and confiscate what it deems to be the proceeds of crime through the civil courts. Now, RICO allows the government or a private citizen to file civil suit requesting the court to forfeit assets. Now, the assets that you have, yeah, you have them because you haven't paid for dental, vision, or life insurance. No. How is your dentist? Your orthodontist? Oops. Your optometrist? Poop. Your oral surgeon? Oh. Well, when you're super top secret police department, I would say that the receiving of any benefits when you refuse to enforce the laws is a form of embezzlement. Oh. Now, as I was walking around, yeah, the cybernetics that you think is a joke for those that are billionaires or asset managers of trillions, yes, there's another way to do this. See, um, this idea of an implant that is connected to the internet, yes, 5G, 6G, yes. I just need one of them. Just that little implant. I could put that in your dog in the back of their neck. Yes. Now with the right bright light, I could shine a light through that implant to all the other implants of those in the 50,000. See, it's one thing to find the implants that are implanted. Yes. It's another thing to find the implant that you can implant, which that are connected to all the other implants. Walking along, attempting to sell some cigarettes because you're just too good to go to prison. Why don't you just tell me who your cyberneticians are? Yes. And then tell me where I can buy some of these. I can take your dog, I'll put it in the back of their neck. Yes. And then I can get a very bright light and shine it into their pupils. Yes. And that light would go through the dog's eye, through the implant. Yes. through the internet, yes, to all the other implants of all the other eyes. See, I don't need to know whom you've implanted. Poop, man, true. I just need to know where you got the implant. Now, why don't you get me the dentist, the optometrist, yes, where you've been buying your teeth at and your glasses, yes. See, even asset managers, they all have dental needs. It's something about being a person, yes, yes, yes. And a lot of them have vision issues, LASIK surgery, yeah. See, Dr. Everest put a fake substance in the back of my front teeth. Yes. And I thought LASIK surgery thought that they just had to see my eyes. Oh, oh, oh. Why don't we just buy the same product that you decided to use, put it in the back of your dog's brain, poof, and then just open their eyes and shine a real bright light. Now I'm here, wanting to seize your assets. Did the police department think that they should receive any benefits for refusing to enforce the laws? Excuse me, officer. I'd like to know where you got your teeth at and where you got your glasses.